World Food Day is an international day celebrated every year all around the world on 16th October. We celebrate this day to commemorate the establishment of Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations in 1945.
This year is a very special one for FAO and for the global fight against hunger and malnutrition. As FAO marks its 75th anniversary, it continues to work with partners in every region to help those who are most vulnerable to hunger and malnutrition, to make food system more resilient and to make livelihoods more sustainable.
FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. It's a specialized agency of UN that leads international efforts to defeat hunger. Its goal is to achieve food security for all and make sure that people have regular access to enough high-quality food to lead an active, healthy lives. With our 194 member states, FAO works in our 130 countries worldwide. Now, let's hear about the formation of FAO from Mr. Lester Bowles Pearson, who was the presiding officer of the first FAO conference in 1945. He is on his way. He is coming in his time machine. Let's invite him.
Hi, is this 8th class of Marthoma Residential School? I got an invitation from one of your friends, one Mr. Lino, to speak about the FAO's formation.
Yes, welcome Mr. Pearson.
Oh, sorry, I had some problem with my time machine. Am I late?
No sir, can you please tell us how FAO was formed?
Oh, that was an interesting story. I will tell you that in short. Back in 1880s and early 90s, farmers were in a bad condition. At that time, a Polish-born American citizen, Mr. David Lubin, had achieved a great success as a merchant. He had concern about the farmers. He started the first intergovernmental international organization to deal with the problems of farmers around the world. In 1905, he got support from King Victor Emmanuel III of Italy. During the Second World War, many activities of FAO were halted. After the Second World War, when UN was formed, they organized a meeting and realized the need of FAO around the world. And this led to the formation of FAO. You know one thing, friends? I was the presiding officer of the first FAO conference in October 1945. I still have the fresh memories of it. It was at Quebec City of Italy. I am happy to see that FAO is continuing its good works now also. So, I have to leave. I have to meet other children from different schools. So, thank you and bye.
Thank you Mr. Pearson. Now let's invite the present Director General of the FAO, Mr. Q Dong Q. He will tell more about FAO.
Hi all, I am the present Director General of the FAO. It is a large agency. We have our headquarters in Rome, Italy, and maintain regional and field offices around the world operating in 130 countries. There are 197 member states who elect 49 members, Executive Council. This is our logo. The Latin motto, Fiat Paris, means let there be bread. It also shows a picture of grain. And the abbreviation FAO stands for Food and Agriculture Organization. The primary aim of the FAO is to defeat hunger. I am glad that you younger generations are keen on supporting ventures of FAO through the youth wing of FAO. Thank you.
Thank you Mr. Kyudongyu. Now let's see a small presentation on FAO.
FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Let's go to the period of global economic depression during 1880s and 1890s. Due to this crisis, farmers faced difficulties. An intergovernmental international organization for agriculture was formed in 1905, initiated by Mr. David Dubin with the support of King Victor Emmanuel III. Can anyone identify this person? Yes, Adolf Hitler. He was a German politician and the leader of Nazi Party. His policies initiated the Second World War. Because the Second World War and its impact, agriculture organization couldn't continue its work. After the Second World War, UN was formed to maintain international peace and security. Hunger. Our generation may not have experienced the insufficiency of food among the society as much as in earlier period. Poverty around the world after the Second World War made UN think of a specialized agency for food security, and that is FAO. We'll quickly go through some achievements of FAO. First one, the eradication of rinderpest. Rinderpest was a deadly and highly contagious viral disease with a mortality rate in animals of 100%. The global rinderpest eradication program was successfully carried out with the best results. Another noted program was the right to food. It now is a part of the constitutions and the legal frameworks of over 30 countries to attain food security for all. As a result of this campaign, in 2013, National Food Security Act was passed by the Indian Parliament. The Act guarantees subsidized food to 50% of the urban population and 75% of the rural population. National Nutrition Mission Poshan Abhiyan is also India's flagship program for a malnutrition-free India. The Agriculture Market Information System was another appreciable effort by FAO. This system regulates the food prices in the global market. The fourth one is Codex Alimentarius, a food standard setting body. The fifth one, UN has declared 2020 as International Year of Plant Health. This is to raise global awareness on how protecting plant health can help end hunger. Zero Hunger Challenge. It's a mission to achieve a world free from hunger and malnutrition where all food systems are sustainable. Women and family are empowered and everyone enjoys the right to adequate food, which was started in 2012.
Currently, during COVID-19 pandemic, FAO's COVID-19 response and recovery programs are very much effective. To prevent global food emergency, food price monitoring and analysis to keep food supply chains alive. Let me move on to the FAO activities in poverty-affected countries. FAO used its skill programs and corporate framework to increase the yield of farmers. Modern equipments were implemented. Advanced techniques, improved quality of seeds and research-oriented farming were done, which resulted in the good results as you can see in this picture. FAO's some other activities in India were Green Agriculture Project. FAO Council approves India's proposal to observe International Year of Millets in 2023. The 2020 Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to the World Food Programme of UN. Here you have to understand that the Food and Agriculture Organization leads international efforts to combat hunger. The World Food Programme aims to eliminate hunger and malnutrition, often in context of political conflicts and natural disasters. Here's the picture showing David Beasley, the Executive Director of WFP. WFP shares its common vision of global food security with FAO and IFAD. FAO Youth Activities. To engage the youth in farming and agriculture, FAO has come up with various programs among school children and youth. School, vegetable gardens and junior farmer fields are some interesting activities. You can see in this picture the children working in school vegetable garden. Our state government also initiated many programs like Best Farmer Award and the Best School Vegetable Garden Awards, etc. to encourage farming among children. Food and nutrition education, organic farming are some other activities.
The right nutrition education is given at school levels for building healthy society. Organic farming, as we all know, is the healthy agriculture practice around the world. Eat healthy is the motto and thereby preserve soil and reserve good health. World Food Day is observed every year on the 16th October. This year's theme is Grow, Nourish, Sustain Together. The COVID-19 global health crisis has been a time to reflect on things we truly cherish and our most basic needs. These uncertain times have made many of us rekindle our appreciation for a thing that some take for granted and many go without, and that is food. Let us all be a part of FAO youth activities. We can start it at our home. We are amidst of the wreckage caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. It has laid bare the fragility of our agri-food systems. Now it is the time to show ourselves worthy of the true vision. We students of Marthoma Residential School can join hands to put in our efforts to this mission. We can make use of time and the land available to us, even if it's just a balcony. We can even help our parents in creating our own small vegetable gardens at home. We welcome all the MTRS friends to this. Farmers are ones who provide us to eat. One cannot live without food. We can say that they are the backbone of the society. We realized it during this COVID-19 pandemic. Even though everything was under lockdown, only the food supply chains other than the healthcare facilities was active. So, how much ever we thank the farmers, it's not enough.